Give me 10 bucks and I can make a mess in under an hour. Give me $1 million and I can still find a way to buy the wrong sneakers. But put 1,000, 100,000, a million, and a billion next to each other, and the lifestyle changes are weirdly sideways. At $1,000, the money feels loud. The money sits on the table like a fragile sandwich. You look at every purchase like it might be a bad decision wearing sunglasses. New shoes, a haircut, a used laptop, maybe a gym membership if you are feeling brave and hydrated. Every choice has a tiny courtroom in your head. At this level, the lifestyle is basic survival with a little hope. You are checking prices on every app. You are comparing gas stations like you are scouting enemy bases. You are eating the same lunch 3 days in a row because it still tastes like victory. And one broken phone charger can feel like a financial plot twist. At $100,000, life gets smoother. Not flashy, smoother. The car starts on the first try. The rent is less scary. The dentist visit stops feeling like a punchline. You can replace the busted laptop before it starts wheezing like an old accordion. This is where people start buying back their time. They pay for the cleaner. They pay for the convenience. They pay for the thing that saves an hour on Tuesday afternoon. And honestly, Tuesday afternoon is where a lot of life is hiding. You still shop normally, you still look at the receipt, but you stop living in panic mode. You can join a league, take a class, or finally buy the good running shoes instead of the ones that feel like cardboard with laces. At this level, money starts acting like a sturdy chair. You can sit down without worrying it will fold. Now, the millionaire lifestyle gets interesting. People imagine private jets and gold sinks. Most millionaires are somewhere much less cinematic. They live in a nice house, they own boring investments. They have a calendar that looks slightly overbooked and slightly organized. The first big change is optionality. They can say no. They can leave a job. They can start a business. They can take a month off without calling every cousin they have ever met. They can hire help for the stuff that drains them. Lawn care, taxes, moving a couch that weighs as much as a small car. And the second big change is mental space. They are not sitting there thinking about every bill like it is a horror movie trailer. They can focus on work, family, sports, hobbies, and the weird little projects that make life fun, like learning guitar and accidentally spending 3 hours watching videos about medieval swords. That kind of freedom. But here's the thing, $1 million is still one household at a time, one school district, one nice vacation, one serious cushion. It is a strong wall against stress. It is not a spaceship. Now, billionaire lifestyle. This is where the numbers stop feeling like personal money and start feeling like weather. A billionaire does not just spend. A billionaire builds systems, companies, teams, investments, real estate, legal structures. The whole thing looks less like a wallet and more like a machine room. Their daily life can still look normal in tiny pieces. Coffee, phone calls, meetings, private driver maybe, a weirdly expensive sandwich. But the scale is different. A billionaire is buying control over large chunks of the world around them. They are making decisions that affect thousands of workers, suppliers, customers, and markets. That is not a bigger version of a rich life. That is a different game. And the weird part is this. More money does not always mean a more colorful day. A billionaire can have more freedom and more pressure at the same time. More privacy problems, more lawsuits, more people asking for things, more guards at the door, more tabs open in the brain. Meanwhile, the millionaire is trying to get dinner without checking email. The $100,000 person is trying to keep the water heater alive. The $1,000 person is trying to make it to Friday without their bank app jumping cares them. Same planet. Very different ceilings. So what actually changes across these levels? The first thing is comfort, then time, then options, then scale. At $1,000, you are asking, can I afford this? At 100,000, you are asking, should I pay someone else to handle this? At a million, you are asking, what do I want to build? At a billion, you are asking, how many people, markets, and systems can I move at once? And that is why people fight so hard to move up one level, not for the fancy socks, for the breathing room, for the room to think, for the room to make better choices, for the room to stop acting like every small problem is a surprise attack. The funny part is that a lot of happiness still lives in the small stuff. A clean kitchen, a walk after work, a good workout, a friend who actually texts back, a laptop that opens without sounding like it needs emotional support. Money helps with all of it, but it does not replace it. If you want the most honest version, here it is. $1,000 changes your week, 100,000 changes your stress, a million changes your options, a billion changes your reach. And the best next step is usually not a giant leap. It is saving one more dollar, building one more skill, and taking one small win today.